Welcome to this sermon video for the fourth Sunday of Epiphany. I begin with a quote from the poet and mystic Remi, who was writing over 800 years ago. I have come to drag you out of yourself and take you in my heart. I have come to bring out the beauty you never knew you had, and lift you like a prayer to the sky. The season of Epiphany is one which enables us to reflect more deeply on the mystery of the Incarnation, the birth of Jesus Christ into our world as the Son of God. It gives, I think, a change in tone in contrast to the season of Christmas, and draws out some complementary theological strands for us. If Christmas is familiar, homely, domestic, with its carols, crib services and celebrations, Epiphany invites in the other, that which is strange, into our lives, whether that's in the form of the travellers visiting from afar, or the sign at Cana of the water turned into wine. God is doing something new, and we are aware of its newness because it's strange. Perhaps that's why Epiphany can offer us much in this new year, which brings us more experiences that disorientate, confuse, worry, and stretch us. A contemporary textile artist called Judy Martin says that what we can't control, can't think through, and is unnameable is an experience of the sublime. And I think there's something in that. We don't get to name God, he names us. We think of God naming John the Baptist, of demanding obedience from his father Zechariah. Such a precursor to Jesus' birth is instructive. God is drawing attention to himself. At Christmas and into Epiphany, we see God doing the new thing proclaimed in Isaiah that we've read through Advent. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? We should take time to notice. What do you notice about the story told in our Gospel set for today, the fourth Sunday in Epiphany? The story of the wedding at Cana. Let's listen to it together. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this, he went down to Capernaum with his mother, his brother, and his disciples, and they remained there a few days. Epiphany means manifestation or showing or appearance. It's an appearance or glimpse of God, but essentially I think it is just a glimpse. God's glory isn't constantly manifested to us. It's something very special, an extraordinary moment, one to wonder at and consider, but not to be grasped, contained, controlled. Mary seems to realise that her son should be listened to and obeyed. In encouraging others to do what he says, she's once again facilitating an epiphany, as she did as the mother of Christ. But what is the meaning of this sign? I have come to drag you out of yourself and take you in my heart. I have come to bring out the beauty you never knew you had and lift you like a prayer to the sky. Signs are not about achieving anything. They are not there to complete a task. Rather, they are there to make us notice something. What we pay attention to will come to define us. And this sign tells us that we should pay attention to Jesus. We should notice him. He didn't perform the sign so that the wedding guests could get drunk. He didn't do it to be a helpful or a good guest. What has that to do with me? He first responds to his mother when she tells him that they've run out of wine. But then perhaps he realizes he can take the opportunity to reveal, manifest something. He can turn this moment into a sign that indeed something new is happening. Everyone serves the good wine first, but you have kept the best till last. God's goodness and generosity hasn't run out, the sign seems to be saying. Indeed, his goodness and generosity have just gone up a level. We haven't seen anything yet. God is revealing his glory through his Son. And glory is another word that I find truly mysterious. What is God's glory? It seems like nothing we know on earth. It's not at all like the vainglory that we humans seek in fame, status, fortune, renown, success. God's glory is rather to be seen in his self-emptying. John's Gospel narrates further on long passages of Jesus talking about glory with his Father. I'll quote you some from John 17, verses 20 to 24. The glory that you have given me, I have given them, so that they may be one as we are one. I in them and you in me, that they may be completely one, so that the world may know that you have sent me and have loved them, even as you have loved me. Father, I desire that those also whom you have given me may be with me where I am, to see my glory, which you have given me because you loved me before the foundation of the world. Such a passage is highly instructive and painful for us humans to hear, because of the judgment that it casts over our own self-serving actions. God's glory is shared and serves the purposes of love, nothing else. God shares his glory through his Son so that we may too be participators in his glory, that we might be unified with the Father and the Son and with each other. Perhaps then the sign at Cana means that too. By turning water into wine at a wedding feast, Jesus reveals that his glory is to be shared and enjoyed, that his glory is people joyfully taking part together in the heavenly banquet. But then we only get a glimpse. It's beyond us, and yet that moment of epiphany is enough to inspire a lifetime of a belief and a desire to keep on searching. I have come to drag you out of yourself and take you in my heart. I have come to bring out the beauty you never knew you had and lift you like a prayer to the sky.